Hey guys, it's LizGod here, and today in this video, I will be showing y'all my new blue-white flying Magic the Gathering deck. It's pretty stable to me, but like the reason why I made this is because the rotation for Cons and Fate Reforged and Magic Origins is coming soon in April. I think Magic Origins is actually going in June. But that's still close. So I mainly did it on Battle for Zendikar because that's rotating next year. And I do have like a few cards that are one of the cards, Evolving Wilds, that's Cons, the Avon Skirmisher, that's Fate Reforged, and there's one Magic Origins, the Fairy Miscreant. But most of them are Battle for Zendikar. So let's get in this. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I have 7 islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 planes. So that would add up to 8 plus 7 equals 15. That would add up to 15. And then I got 4 Skyline Cascades, which their ability is to when Skyline Cascade enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls doesn't untap during its controller's next untapped step. So it's kind of like a it's kind of like a Rush of Ice, that card, which is pretty good. Then I have some Sandstone Bridge, which their ability is to when Sandstone Bridge enters the battlefield, the target creature gets +1/+1 and gains vigilance until end of turn, which is also pretty good. So that'll add up to 21 land, and then of course I got this Evolving Wilds, which sacrifice it, and you can look for a basic land card in your library that you may need. That'll add up to 22 lands. And let's move on with the creatures. Here we have Concord Griffin, 4 for a 2/3. It's flying. When Concord Griffin enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. Pretty good. We have Stoneforge Akalati, which it's a 1 for a 1/2, and it's tap an untapped ally you control. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an equipment card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order, which is pretty cool. Let's look at our Philidar Cub, 2 for a 2/2. It's a cat beast. Sacrifice Philidar Cub, destroy target enchantment, which is pretty cool. So I got 4 of those. Here we have Cliffside Lookout, the Core Scout ally, 1 for a 1/1. And then for 5, you can do creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Pretty cool. And here we have a Fairy Miscreant. It's Fairy Rogue, 1 for a 1/1. It's flying, and it says when Fairy Miscreant enters the battlefield, if you control another creature named Fairy Miscreant, draw a card. Pretty cool. We have Skirmisher, 1 for 1/1. It's flying. Doesn't have any special abilities. Over here we have 4 Shadow Gliders, 2 for a 2/2, and they're flying. Pretty cool. Then over here we have a 2 Kite Sail Scouts, 1 for a 1/1. They're also flying. Over here we have 2 Eldrazi Sky Spawners, 3 for a 2/1. It's a Devoid, which it has no color, and it's flying. It says when Eldrazi Sky Spawner enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token onto the battlefield, which is pretty cool. Over here we have a Core Blade Whirl, 2 for a 2/2. It's Core Soldier Ally. When Core Blade Whirl or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control gain first strike until end of turn. Pretty cool. And over here we have 2 Salvage Drones, 1 for a 1/1. They have Injusts, and that's when whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles the top card of his or her library. And it says when Salvage Drone dies, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card, which is pretty cool. So it's kind of like the Blister Pod, but except you don't put a Eldrazi Scion token onto it. You actually draw a card, which is pretty cool. Over here we have a Makindi Aeronaut. It's a Core Scout ally, 2 for a 1/3, and it has flying. No special ability. Over here we have 4 Angel of Renewals, 6 for a 4/4. It has flying, and its special ability is when Angel of Renewal enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each creature you control, which is good. If they only brought the mana price down a little bit, that would have been even better. Now we move on to the spells, my favorite part. So here, one of the major spells in here, Pacifism. Many of y'all may know this. It's probably the best plain spell that I know. 2 for a Pacifism. That's how much it cost. Its special ability is to enchant creature. Enchant creature can't attack or block, which that's awesome. Another good plain spell, Silk Wrap. 2 for a Silk Wrap. That's how much it costs. When Silk Wrap enters the battlefield, exile a target creature with converted mana costs 3 or less, and opponent controls it until a Silk Wrap leaves the battlefield. Pretty cool. And then now here we come for some decent island spells, not the best. I'm thinking of replacing the Titan Coils with maybe some cancel spells. Here we have Clutch of Currents, 1 for return target creature to its owner's hand. Pretty cool. Then right here we have Titan Coils, 2 for a enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -6/-0 and loses flying, which is also cool. Then here we have, I think, the best one out of the blue spells, Rush of Ice. You may have heard me say that earlier. 1 for tap target creature. It doesn't untap during its control's next step. So it's basically stalling a little bit of the game, which is pretty cool. So mainly in this deck, it's based of core allies and some spells that stall. You know, like tap target creature doesn't untap during its control's next game, or Pacifism, target creature can't attack or block, which is pretty good. And then it's got a few Eldrazi things, which I thought were sort of good, so I put them in there. So it's a blue-white flying deck. I do have some ground creatures. That's in case, that's backup, I think, for if I don't have any flying creatures. Well, I believe this is the end of this video, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.